Canady is a cool cat, a worthy man even, a gallant combatant, if you will, a conqueror if you feel so inclined, a hero if I may be so bold. Please welcome the legendary Lee Canady. How you doing today, sir?
How you doing, man?
Doing
Good,
fine,
good.
doing fine. Well, today we're going to talk about someone whose career you kicked off. One of the many wouldn't be without Lee stories we've covered in this anthology of your life, the legendary Lee Canady, which you are. Bill Sharpley, or you might know him better as LeBaron Taylor.
Right, Bill Shockley.
That's his real name. Bill Sharpley. Yes, sir.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. And I
Bill
have this,
Shockley.
Bill Sharpley. Now, speaking of surprises, before we move on, I just have one surprise for you. This has nothing to do with Bill Sharpley, also known as LeBaron Taylor, who we're going to illuminate very, very shortly. But I got this for you. I went back to Huber and Breeze, where for your 88th birthday, I got you drum brushes.
Yeah.
And then for Christmas, what was Christmas? I got you the recorder.
The recorder.
From Huber and Breeze. And now, just cause, from Huber and Breeze, I got...
Wonder what it is.
Now, this is just a beginner. I'm going to get you a nicer one in a couple of months. A harmonica.
Harmonica?
It's only $10. I should have gotten a nicer one. I regret it.
No, man. I ain't seen one of these men since I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you could buy them at.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was only $10. Just a beginner. You just kind of learn your chops on it.
Man, yeah. My brothers could play. He could hear the train coming. And my daddy could play it.
Really?
Yeah, and most black people could play a harmonica, but I couldn't.
Did you ever try? I'm sorry, you probably did.
Probably, I don't know.
Oh.
But I'm not really good. I wasn't big enough, but I wanted to get one. I never saw one to try. Well, thanks, man.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks, man.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. I'm on it. All right. People doing some of that tonight.
Got that git fiddle. You got that recorder. Got your piano.
Man, if I could just play like you, I'd be all right. You got practice, right? I think I'm doing pretty good on that flute.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Now, remember, my fifth grade teacher told us this when I was in school. Mm-hmm. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. The quality of your practice informs or turns into the... Yes, sir.
I never heard it that way. Practice make what now?
Makes permanent.
Permanent.
In other words, back to the concept of garbage in, garbage out.
Uh-huh.
You get what you always say. You get where you do by the decisions you make.
Right.
And the quality of those decisions is also a factor.
Right.
You can get slightly further, slightly better quality decision.
Right. You got to accept it is what it is. Almost ain't good enough. 99 and a half won't do. They just talk that in the church. You got to be 100% to get to heaven. 99 and a half won't do.
Amen.
But why are you sin? What people sin and still go to heaven. Well, if you sin, why you gonna thank the Lord for what He do for you? You pray for Him. Lord, I'm sick. He don't make you well. Lord, I need some money. He don't. You got to get Him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They say, "Who woke you up this morning?" I woke up myself.
Yeah.
See, I ain't giving nobody no credit, man. I ain't getting on loose now, cause that's
99%'s right. Sin. Did you know that the word sin literally means missing the mark? Kind of like 99%. You're like, you shoot for the middle of the target, the bullseye, and you're slightly off, and close doesn't count sometimes, and
it don't count no time. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
You make it or you didn't.
Yeah,
That's what it said.
And in the Bible it says, for all have sinned and fallen short of the
Well,
glory of God. And in other words, for all have fallen short and fallen short. They'd say
again,
double to make the
again,
emphasis.
when you quote the Bible,
Yeah.
I'm quoting you something. What author who wrote the Bible that you're talking about?
Holy
See,
Spirit,
all Bibles ain't
God.
written by the same author.
Inspired by the Holy Spirit.
But I'm
The
still
Spirit of truth
saying
guided
it's
them to the
not.
truth.
It's not. You get
The
the
authors.
word, the description you just stated
Yes, sir.
out of the Bible that you came from. You can have another Bible, it's going to be something different. That's all I'm saying.
99%.
99 ain't good enough.
I'm saying among you take all the manuscripts that have old copies of the Bible, and they agree 99%.
But see, I don't believe in none. Again.
Yeah.
See, again, ain't nothing you going to change that. I don't believe in it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, for instance,
I don't believe it.
There are more documents that say that the Bible, that the things in the Bible happened than that George Washington, the founding father, lived.
But maybe so. But who to say who is true? That somebody wrote that Bible. Keep saying that, man.
Ultimately, it's faith, just like anything.
Well, that's what
even
it
not believing
said.
the Bible
That's
is
all I'm saying.
faith as well.
He said and she said don't mean nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I want to know who the horse's ass is and who said it came out of. You understand? Everything else is translated from what somebody else said. And he left out the word. Maybe he couldn't spell it. Maybe spelled it wrong. Maybe he meant to. He could have. You don't know that, right? He meant to say something there, and I put, oh, damn. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've called you meant to call somebody else.
Yeah. You're right.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
So therefore, it ain't happened till I know for sure. You got to be aware of check and balance. You didn't check and balance. He said, she said. Okay?
Yes,
and I
sir.
keep telling that. I don't care how you come at me with that. It's still going to be the same answer. Secondhand, tree falling for us. Did anybody hear it? Was anybody around? Did it make a sound? That's all I'm saying.
LeBaron Taylor, his birth name, Bill Sharpley, we just revealed. I have another revelation for you. Dun, dun, dun. You know, I'm so happy you got that harmonica. I hope you have fun with it.
Yeah.
So speaking of music, speaking of surprises, and well, this might not be a surprise. I'm curious now to know. This might be a surprise for me. LeBaron Taylor, it says here online, Detroit soul producer, songwriter, DJ, co-owner of the production company Solid Hitbound Productions,
Right.
with Don Davis.
Right.
He also founded the Detroit soul labels Reviolet Records or Revolt.
What label?
Reviolet Records or Revolt, and Solid Hit, and Solid Hitbound Productions. He also distributed Groovesville Records.
Right.
He worked at Golden World Record
Right.
Studio, which later became Motown Studio B. This is from the internet right here, Discogs.com. As a Detroit DJ, LeBaron Taylor introduced Edwin Starr to
Right.
Eddie Wingate, who signed him to Golden World
know
and
he did, yeah.
created Rick Tick Records,
Uh-huh.
which were both later purchased. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we talked last time, a video we just put out.
Mm.
You and Florence started LeBaron Taylor's career on WCHB. The on-air talent didn't show up on time. He was late. They put on the tape, put on a second tape. Someone's got to get on the air, on the microphone, and announce, the sponsors and just kind of say, they say color commentary. Just inject their own personality in there. And an engineer at WCHB, the radio station, LeBaron Taylor, you go on the air, and you were sponsoring that radio show at the time, your record store, you and Florence.
Right.
So people start calling into your record store. Man, this guy, LeBaron Taylor, whoever this guy is, we just heard he's not the usual, but man, we want to hear him again. Mm-hmm. And just like you were talking before about the compilation or the best of album for Charlie Parker, how you and Florence sort of nudged that into existence. You called up the record label and said, hey, a lot of people they just kind of want a smattering from several records, and they made it happen because of you. In the same way, people were calling in saying, oh man, this LeBaron Taylor, he's got the secret sauce of what it takes to be a star on the air, the X factor. And just like anything else you've done in the music business or otherwise, you listen to, you put your ear to the ground or you put your ear to the receiver of the phone, and you're like, you put two and two together, and you're like, all right, he's the new guy. We're sponsoring him. So that was in the early 60s, right? Because he left in the late 60s, he left Detroit, joining Philadelphia station WADS or WDAS in the position of general manager. He met Elizabeth Bacone. She wrote "Please Don't Rush Me," recorded by Kenny Gamble. I'm thinking Gamble and Huff.
Right. It is. It was Gamble and Huff. That's how.
But I'm still holding back on this. I've got a surprise for you here coming up. Because in the early 1960s, I skipped over it. Actually, no, let's go to the end. I'll go to the surprise at the end. Save the best for last, cherry on top of the dessert. Please Don't Rush Me, Kenny Gamble, the Gamble label created in 1968 on the Baby Dolls. When Bacone's husband, he was shot in a gang war, Taylor came to the family, LeBaron Taylor, he came to their aid. Later, he was A&R for Atlantic Records. Then LeBaron Taylor went with CBS Records in 1974 as vice president of special markets. When we got to the new millennium, he was senior vice president of corporate affairs for Sony Music Entertainment and vice president of corporate affairs, this being with Sony Software Corporation. And year 2000, July 19th, he died. So LeBaron Taylor, I say all this to say, he received a writing credit for Edwin Starr's first single, Agent 00 Soul, which was credited to his real name, Bill Sharpley. LeBaron Taylor wrote, or at least co-wrote, 00 Soul by Edwin Starr. Did you know that? Which later on, your group, the Moniques, covered for Robert D. Rayford's radio show. Instead of 00 Soul, it's the Robert D. Show.
Right.
You made LeBaron Taylor's career would not be without Lee, like so many other things in the D and elsewhere. You made his career, then later he writes a song, which later your group recorded, the Moniques.
Right.
I think that's wild.
But I don't, it just happened that way. I didn't know some things you told me about LeBaron.
It's not like you planned on it, but that's how it happened. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like I haven't seen him in a long time. When he came.
Well, he died in 2000. Yeah.
Well, when he left here, because he married, his wife was my employee.
Really?
Yeah, her name is Yvonne. They have 2 children. They're grown now, but I never seen him. She was the second person to work for her. She knew everybody.
For Florence.
Right.
After you.
Right. She lived on Beagle Street off of Joe Road. We knew. See, Les, Yvonne, us, we was like family. I mean, when she died, I was at the funeral. Yvonne invited me down where Son be on Greektown. Yeah. She was a member of that church.
Yeah, the Underground Railroad Church.
Right, and I went to the funeral, her funeral there, her mother's funeral. And so, but now Yvonne is dead. Now, they had 2 kids, but I never met them. I guess they're still alive. They're grown now, Yeah. But I haven't seen them in a long time. But I'm talking about the roots came, that's how I know them. And when they got married, they moved on Ida Drive, right in the curve, and Norman Whitfield lived across the street down the corner. And I would go there and say, because Yvonne was like my sister.
Yeah. And she was married to LeBaron.
Yeah. And it surprised me they was going to. In fact, when I got married,
yes, sir,
on San Juan, they was at my wedding.
Now, were they married? Was she still working at the store when she married him?
No, no. She wasn't working at the store when she got married to me. But when I got married in 70, when I bought the house on San Juan, I got a picture someplace. I probably show you a picture, but I know it's somewhere. But LeBaron is there because she's sitting in the corner, and Yvonne was there too when I got married. Because I got married at the house on San Juan.
Yeah.
My wife and I, she lives in another state now, next to my late wife, you know. But anyway, they got married. They came to the wedding. Yvonne and LeBaron to my wedding, because we got married in the house place. You know, at my house. Had a fireplace in the basement. And all like that. Yeah, LeBaron was there.
That's so crazy. It's a Robert D. show. Boom,
Yeah,
boom,
like
boom,
I said, things
boom.
just happened. They connected. You can say what did happen. It just happened. And Blonsky was sponsored LeBaron Taylor show, and that's how he got on the air.
Later went to Philadelphia. The rest is history.
And he went on up, and he was the first.
Worked for Sony.
He had a big job up there, and he was
kept getting bigger.
Right, and therefore he got those records played. Just like they took care of him. You know, I'm just hey man, it happened.
Wouldn't be without Lee.
Well, I was part of a lot of this shit. But I'm just it's amazing, man, and this is what I said. You can't say what it is, people. Anything that you ain't did is a theory. I keep saying that.
Well, we're showing the facts here tonight.
It's a theory.
Yeah.
Facts and proof. That's all. And I have the proof. And how many people can prove that? You understand what I'm saying? I had contact with those people. Rub elbows with those people. Now look what those people contribute to the world in that area. So I was part of that era that contribute. Same thing. All us connect together. You took out money when it happened.
That's right. It's
Shoulda,
so crazy.
coulda, woulda, and
You cast your bread upon the waters, and it returned.
You know, everybody want to tell you what you should have, man, pass the ball, man. You saw that he was wide open. Now. Man, shut the fuck up. You know, I can give it that, man. Man, what school do you go to? Man, I can play it all right. But man, you don't know the game. You don't know the fundamental. How you going to argue about something, right? You got to first know the fundamental.
Amen.
It's just like on crime. If you know what you're going to get for doing it, you think twice sometimes. You got to think, man, before you do everything.
Rule of law needs to be enforced.
And just like some people can think something called, I do that, and connect, that, and that. Some people are good at something. Donald Trump is one of the best person I can know he can do.
The righteous king scatters away evil with his eyes.
And I'm pretty good,
like
too, at the music thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a fact. Ain't no pretty. It's there.
Yeah.
You can't say what happened. You can't say what might have happened. It didn't happen that way, motherfucker. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. And I get that way because people can't understand. You got to accept is what it is. And everybody, put yourself in the next person's place. If you spit on me, it's all right. I spit on you.
No, tit for tat. Yeah.
What I'm just still saying, it don't make neither thing. Don't make it right either way.
Yeah. We'll all blind each other if we're doing eye for eye.
Well, I'm just still saying, but that's why I said, if you don't want to be it for you, why shouldn't he spit on you? You spit on him. You say don't be, I do. You understand what I'm saying? I believe in tit for tat. That's why I said, do unto others you wish them to do unto you.
He was LeBaron Taylor was a producer.
Right.
Just gonna list off some tracks.
I didn't know he was part of the Grooves. I didn't know he was part of Groovesville. Groovesville, Miss Florence had something to do with Groovesville.
Here are some labels: Imperial, Reviolet Records, Brute Records, Groovesville, and Rick Tick Records. Yeah, so Groovesville. He produced Steve Mancha, Don't Make Me a Storyteller.
Right, that was
1967. He produced that.
I didn't know that. See, man, I wasn't there to know what the people. I was there to
Now, do you remember that record, though?
Yeah, it's a big record. I didn't know LeBaron had something to do with it, but I know he was doing good wherever he was. You understand what I'm saying?
Did you ever meet Steve Mancha?
Seemed like I have, yeah. Yeah, he was on the label. Yeah, he committed the store. That was Keywell was spot. I just said that. D-Town.
1967.
We had D-Town Records, man. That's what I just said. D-Town, owned by Pete Hall. That's Martha Jean. That's how she came into business. And Miss Keywell, Pete Hall, he passed. He could pass for white, anything except black. And he the first person. We met him down there next to Miss Keywell liked him, and he was black, but they never admitted it. You understand? And she was just, and Martha Jean. There was a lot of shit going on, but it was never kept. But I'm just telling you, it was. But anyway, and she would get up every Sunday and drive over on Longfellow in 14. He lived in a mansion, and his wife be there, and she'd be all rubbing his hair and all that kind of stuff. And I don't see how they didn't know. You know why?
Why?
People getting the money. That's how you said it. I believe that, because people soaking her money into that. She spent her time with that, and raised his son. His son became a police officer, and he got married with me. He don't talk to me. I got a picture up there. I have to show you. Yeah. But anyway, I want to show. Well, I keep saying it, we got to do. So I can show you the pictures of how.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I know, but I was connected to those people, man.
Yeah.
I was connected with Cole and Young. Sure, and two of his nieces worked for me. I'm the real deal.
Real deal, Holyfield.
I ain't Holyfield, but I'm the real deal. I'm Lee Canady.
Right.
Legendary Lee Canady. Am I right, man?
Yes, sir.
And I tell you, I don't care what you say, you can't change it. You can't change that. And another thing, it's been documented. You know why? Because the city said it. I ain't talking about what my community said.
Yeah.
I got some words up there what my community said. That's paperwork. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the real thing for the city, that's the real deal.
So I'm gonna breaking point, and then this thing on LeBaron. I'm gonna put them with those lyrics.
Okay.
Okay. Look through them.
But you told me something about LeBaron. I didn't know that shit comes out. I was trying to.
Here, let me actually before. Thank you for reminding me. Speaking of LeBaron, before we get off that subject, because he was a producer. I just found that out. I'm sorry to say, as I was reading it, because there's always so many aspects to preparing for these interviews. The OJ's "I'll Never Let You Go" in 1965. Yeah. Rosie Batiste, "I Miss You Baby" on Reviolet in 1966. The Tokays, "Baby Baby Baby, You're My Heart's Desire" on Brute Records, 1967. The Parliaments, "All Your Goodies Are Gone, The Loser's Seat, Don't Be Sore at Me" on Reviolet, 1967. We just talked about Steve Mancha, "Don't Make Me a Storyteller" in Groovesville, 1967. He was part of, you remember Steve Mancha meeting him, or possibly, yeah, you met him because he was part of the label. Little Sonny's "Stretching Out, Don't Ask Me No Questions."
Little Sonny?
1967. He produced that.
Okay.
Stretching Out, Don't Ask Me No Questions.
Little Sonny invited me to the bar off Oakland Boulevard, and I went there because he's a blues-like singer. And I was scared to stay. My car was outside, man. And I went in and peeked in, man. But I'm just thinking, I didn't know what happened to those guys. But all of the people came to me, man. And please come out and hear me. Over there off of Oakland, man, I can't be going on in Oakland, man, listening to the night when the white folks are out there. Because you know why the white folks out there, they had white policemen with pistols on the side. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so, and here you got, and all the people walking to the people all everywhere, white folks, in plain clothes. But now, they're more braver now. They're still out there.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what you see on the street, man. That's what I said. And that's what I said. And the people, it's a shame. And that's why I don't want no damn car.
Do you have any other memories of Little Sonny?
No more than that. I can't think of the name of the box, but he used to come in the store and we sit around and he'd be looking at the record and looking at the crowd. We'd say hello, and people come there every week or every other week. You get to know him and try to like you know him anyway, because he's your customer.
Yeah.
He's in your place. He don't have to come. He could go someplace else. And I
It's an
build a
honor.
relationship with him. That's how I build a relationship with the people.
Yeah.
And then, too, why wouldn't he want me to be there? I'm the biggest record store.
Man.
You understand?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he want me to come out and see him?
Yeah.
So I could tell somebody else.
Yeah.
See? And then, too, he feel good that, oh, Lee's in his house. You know, and they give him courage or whatever.
Yeah.
Give him support. That's all it is, man. And I respect everybody respect me. Okay? Well, I know he's a blues singer, but I can't hang in those places. I would hang there more, but I was always, and when I did go, if I can park right made the door, maybe, I take this spot and run in and let him know I came in, say hi, man, I got bye-bye, and I'm gone. I've been there. But I just can't say I hang out there because I don't drink.
You're a man of business.
Right. I don't drink. I don't. If I'm gonna, I had a bar at home.
That's where you drink. Yeah.
Right. If I want to drink, I had all kind of. It's like I had more whiskey than probably the bar had because it took care of me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So you liked whiskey over wine, or because I know you said you drank wine too.
No, wine. I don't drink whiskey. I had that. I had friends.
For entertaining.
My wife,
that was the
wife,
whiskey.
she drank. She liked drinking. Her friend like scotch or whatever, vodka. What you know how women are all fancy drink.
But you personally drank wine mostly.
Right.
Okay.
I don't. I smoke. That was my joy. I don't like to get dizzy, man. You never get. One time, police stopped me. I was going slow, and I asked him why you stopped me. He got to have me walk like I was drunk. And why you stopped me? He said, you drive this car, you were going so slow. What's wrong with you? I was blasted. Swear to God. I was going on how to drive. It was a Mexican restaurant. I used to love Mexican food. I go with this Miss Kiwa used to go. They got to know me anyway. And I was driving real slow, man, and here the police come meeting. I'm going west, and they going east. And they made a circle and pulled me over.
Oh, no.
And I asked somebody to stop me. Was I drinking? Drunk? No, man, I don't drink. Why you stop me? He said, just wondering why you going so slow. I blasted. That's all I said. They don't know that, though.
Yeah.
There was no detector then, I guess. I don't know. I just felt like going slow. I didn't know what I was doing. I always in control of myself. But when you drink, you're not in control of yourself. You understand?
Yes,
I just
sir.
felt good. I was listening to music and going to eat. Figure out what I was going to eat when I get there. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm not a drinker, man.
Neither am I.
Because it's bad for you.
Yeah.
And I seen
Even a little
bad
drop.
thing happen. My dad drank, and we went hungry because he drinking. I'm just saying I don't do those things.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
Look, you're 88 years young. Partly because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Switch on.
Switch on.
Electrical oscillator on.
Watch your language.
Contact.
Contact. you should be playing somewhere, man.
That'd be a dream. That'd be a dream.
Right, man. Golly, man. You got to go out some places where they play and show your skill, man. I don't know what else you can play, but you can play what you want to play.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Because, I mean, man, you taught yourself to do that?
Yeah. Well, I just got this pedal right here, and I'm like, man, that sounds like I can do, Hendrix Woodstock. He played the Star Spangled Banner. I'm like, oh, I can do that too.
When he
maybe.
played at the thing.
Yeah, 1969. My friend Roy was there. I did a documentary right here. You can see it's wonderful. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, my friend, my dear friend,
man,
who just
man, look here, man. You need to, know what. Like now, it's so dangerous. But when this crime gets so down, you know what you could do, man? You could have a place. I would. You could have a place. People come in jam, and you make everything out of that. You have some food, so I fix some food. You have drinks. So if you don't want to have food, I'm just still saying. And people come and brainiacs and they do songs and it'll be a place to jam and you make a living, and then you get bigger and bigger and bigger, man. Man, you're good, man.
It's my pleasure. I love playing music. I love playing music.
I do too, man. I wish I could play like that. I just, watching how you did that, and then, because I look at how you hold that note, thing like that. See, I didn't learn to play that way. I was playing do.
The pedals help so much. These are wonderful pedals. This is called a Jextelez Dizzy Tone version 5 triple black.
I don't know nothing about that.
And then I finished off. I held that note. This is the Jextelez Range Lord Blue Tick
But
Black
whatever
Glass
you did it good.
OC44.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
That's very good, man. Very good. I'm gonna give that a smoke.
Yes, sir.